Yes! Alrighty, what's up everybody? It is I, Peter Joseph here for video number 2. On your 2 for Wednesday, September the 18th, 2024. Or, for my great people on my replay crew, it is now September the 19th, 2024. Getting close to the end of September. We're pretty much a couple days away from, pretty much 2 days away after today, 2 days away from the official end of summer. Fall begins on Sunday. So, we got that. So, the summer is over. I am in command, and you're not. And that's it. So, got lots of stuff coming up where, as of this video, 94 days away from the greatest, 94 days and change from the greatest day in the world. You know what that is. Level 48, baby. So, about 94 days away from, 94 days and counting. If you want to be specific, 95 days, but 94 days and change with the time. But we got that. So, the greatest day in the world and the greatest month in the world with the greatest people who celebrate birthdays in the same month as I do. So, it's great. It's great. I'm gifted. But it is what it is. That's why I'm better than you, and you know it. Because I share birthdays with great people. Ozzy, Lemmy, Jesus Christ the Lord! And 2 great people from a great band you know and love. Your mom and dad even love them. In this moment. You know, it is what it is. Some of you were probably conceived when In This Moment came out, when their first single came out. They were having sex, and they conceived you when, you know, when that great band came out. But I digress. It is what it is. Oh, joke, but it is what it is. Uncle Ted. You gotta love Uncle Ted. Uncle Ted Nugent. I believe he was wearing puce. You know, I didn't invent the middle finger, but I've learned to perfect it. It's a great tagline. Such a great tagline. Me and Rosa had one this morning. I forgot what it was. But she wanted. We said something, and Rosa's like, "Oh, make it a shirt." I'm like, "Yeah, if I had the money to do all that, it's not a lot of money to make shirts, depending on how many you want, but I could do it." But I'll remember it in the morning. Anyway, we move on with that, but thank you for watching right here, once again, on the Peter Joseph channel. I'm Peter Joseph, your tribal god, so everybody must bow down and suck the royal cock. Because your mothers and your girlfriends do it pretty much on a daily basis. Because I got so much to give, and everybody else is riding my dick. Because, it is what it is. That's that. So yeah. So I'm Peter Joseph. I'm a content creator. Talk about the wonderful world of professional wrestling, or whatever the fuck I want to talk about. If you like it, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button as well on this channel, my other channels as well. Show your love and support. Leave a comment if you wish. You don't have to. But if you leave stupid comments, you're going to get banished to the Shadow Realm, where Rosemary, Abaddon, and pretty much everybody else that's evil will eat your soul. So, stop being such a bitch. Stop hiding behind fake accounts. Just saying. So, you wanna leave stupid comments, you're gonna get blocked every single time. So, if you don't like that, then go cry to your mom. And that's pretty much it. Go cry to your mama, go cry to your bitch your whore of a girlfriend, bitch, or whatever. Blah, 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 blah. It's late. Let me move on. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. So, once again, like the video, share the video all over the internet, follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and subscribe to my channels, all down below in the description box, and don't forget to hit that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss anything, because if you do, you need to get slapped in the fucking face, because you're SOL, and you know what that means, and if you don't know what it means, you need to get slapped even harder, because you're too lazy to look it up. And that's pretty much it. So that's pretty much it. Stay obsessed, but all you other great people, stay sexy. And all for you ladies, stay wet. I mean, that's pretty much it. I will stay hard, and that's all I gotta say about that. Moving on. All right. Hope everybody had a great Wednesday. Excuse me, middle of the week. We're pretty much in the middle of September, and almost done. Almost done. A little. As of this video, we're 11 days away from the end of September, and then the witching month of October begins. And we all know Michael Myers' favorite holiday's coming up. If you don't know what that is, you haven't watched his movies lately. But that's coming up in about 5 weeks, actually. 5 weeks from this video, actually, is that great holiday where the kids go out and get candy and all that other shit. But the ween, if you will. And that's that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and for everybody who's new here, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab a cold one, and enjoy the show. And if you like it, great, get out of here. I don't have a drink with me right now because I can't drink anything because I'm, by the time you see this video, I'll be at the doctor getting a procedure done for my side. So, nothing serious. I know people are like, I hope it's serious. Yeah, it's not serious. It's not serious. It's just like a freaking sonogram, basically. Normal shit. You need to get a procedure on your brain. No, I'm coherent, dude. There's nothing wrong with nothing wrong with me. I'm just a wild and crazy guy, like Steve Martin would say. But I'm not off my medication, and I don't need to up the dosage or anything like that. But thank you for watching, though. Thank you for the free views, assholes. We move on. So if you're brand new here, none of these jerk-offs with fake accounts. If you're brand new here, you're just watching me for the very first time, you like what you see, subscribe to my channels, and hit that bell, and like the video, and all that other good shit. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this late Wednesday night, it is time, before I get to the video, check out my last video talking about Kenny Backout Omega. Training for a comeback. We all know he had diverticulitis. He was last seen in May. The Elite beat his ass. Storyline kicked him out. Storyline took him off TV. But there was Kota Ibushi, his golden lover, put up on Instagram a video and pictures of him and Kenny training. So Kenny is on the way back, but we just don't know when. And that's pretty much it for that. I also talked about the AEW Warner Brothers Discovery TV deal, which is done. It just hasn't been announced yet. 4-year deal, almost $200 million. 3 years guaranteed, and 1 year option. So they're gonna pick that up probably in 2028, 2029. I don't actually know when it starts, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna start whenever they announce it. So it could be this year, and then it ends in 2027, and then they pick up the option for 2028, and then we'll probably be talking about another TV deal by the time we hit 2028 to 2030. So it is what it is. And by that time, maybe wrestling won't be on cable TV anymore. It'll be on like Netflix or Amazon, Hulu, whatever. Like Raw is gonna be on Netflix January the 6th. If you wanna pay $16 a month, go ahead. I'll get it for free. Because I watch it on the stream for free, so I don't have to. I have Netflix. I just don't feel like watching Raw. I'm paying $16 a month. I only have Netflix to watch Cobra Kai and a couple other shows. But, you know, I watch, me and Rosa watch Amazon. And we watch Paramount Plus, because we got that for free. We got Max, so we can watch pay-per-views on AEW pay-per-views, whenever it does come to the Max. Got a lot of the apps for free on my PS5. But it is what it is. So, oh, speaking of PS5, I mean, if you haven't played Black Myth Wukong lately, woo! That is game of the year. I know a lot of people saying Final Fantasy VII Rebirth earlier this year with the DLC is just epic. It was epic. Black Myth Wukong is really making a case for game of the year. It is so good. I'm on chapter 4. I just finished not finished chapter 4. I'm on chapter 4 now. Oh boy, some of those bosses are fucking insane. I mean, Adam Cole Baby on his Twitch channel's around the same area I'm at right now. But, you know, chapter 3 was freaking long. I don't think chapter 4 is that long. I know there's 3 more chapters. There's 7 chapters in the game. And the final boss, whoo, he is a bitch, literally. Keeps you like fucking hell. It's like 6,000 phases. You're fighting him 6,000 times. Like, why would you just die? You think he's dead, but he's just mostly dead. Princess Bride reference. But it is what it is. I see you have 6 fingers. That means you're lying. Princess Buttercup. Okay. That movie's a classic. Young Fred Savage, and then, well, I know Billy Crystal's in the movie. The late, great Andre the Giant is in the movie. Carrie Ells is in the movie. Such a great movie. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my family. Prepare to die. Hello! Okay. He goes nuts after a while, then. A great 80s movie, like Spaceballs. If you hate Spaceballs, there is something really wrong with you, and I would slap you in the mouth really violently if you hate Spaceballs. Just a classic. So many epic lines. It's Mega Maid. She's gone from suck to blow. So many double entendres in that movie. It's crazy. Alright, moving on. We'll talk about movies at another time. And great 80s movies, too. But we got that. Yeah. Alright, so check out my Kenny Omega video. We talked about the AEW Warner Brothers distribution TV deal. A couple other stories that happened during the day today and yesterday, basically. Tuesday. Talked about the rumor, which I think is actually true now, that Adam Cole Baby and Britt Baker Baby DMD have broken up. Because I'm seeing a lot of comments on his YouTube channel, The Chugs. There's a few people that have been talking about, you know, oh, we're really sorry about, if the rumor is true, you're better off. You know, or you're better off, or she's better off. I think Adam Cole's better off without her. I mean, she is kind of you know, wacko. Sometimes she thinks she's all that in a bag of chips. She has a Mercedes Moné treatment, basically. He hates everybody. She's the CEO. Let it rain and clear it out. But yeah, Mercedes Moné has her own locker room. You never saw that before, you know, in wrestling. Like, a female star has her own locker room. Because most of the women, you know, get dressed in their own locker room. The same thing with the guys. Which is kind of weird, but... Well, yeah, Mercedes Moné has her own locker room, and everybody in AEW's pissed. Because she thinks she's all that. She thinks she's the greatest women's wrestler of all time. You're not. You think you're better than Trish Stratus? No, you're not. You think you're better than Lita? You're not. You think you're better than Wendy Richter, Fabulous Moolah, Mae Young even? Rockin' Robin? I mean, so many girls from the 80s and 90s, Bull Nakano. You think you're better than them, Mercedes? No, you're not. I think you're just a stuck-up bitch. That's just my opinion. I mean, I love you, but, I mean, come on. Stop being such a stuck-up bitch. Just shut up and wrestle. I just hate people like that. You see, what's her name? What's her name? It's on my tip of my tongue, too. She was in TNA. Tessa Blanchard. Tessa Blanchard, once again, is doing the same bullshit that she did in TNA and got her kicked out of TNA. Doing the same thing now in, I think in Mexico. Doing the same bullshit, which is like, I'm the greatest. Messing with the female talent in CMLL or Triple A. What is with these women wrestlers? They think they're great. Like, Charlotte thinks she's entitled. She's great because of the Flair name. Yeah, I understand that, but still. You only got your success because of your dad. Nobody is the perfect wrestler. Okay? Stop it. Everybody said, CM Punk, Punky Brewster is like, I'm the best in the world! There is no best wrestler in the world. Unless you're talking about Kenny Omega, but still. Everybody's like, who's the greatest of all time? Everybody's like, oh, it's Roman Reigns. It's John Cena. It's Seth Rollins. It's Hogan, Flair, Macho Man Randy Savage. You can't have one greatest person of all time because there's eras and everything. The greatest of all time in the golden era up until the Attitude Era or the Ruthless Aggression Era, from when I was born, when I was a little bitty Hulkster dude up until the change in wrestling, the Attitude Era, basically. Gotta be Hogan. It's always been Hogan for me. The greatest wrestler back then. Now? You're looking at now? No, I'm talking about now. What happened to then? No, we're at now. Everything's happening now. It's happening now. Well, what happened to then? We missed it. Love the Spaceballs reference. Who? When? Now. But right now, I'm saying it right now, the greatest of all time is and will always be, of the modern era, The Undertaker. You would think I would say Roman, because I'm a Roman mark, but my opinion matters more than your opinion, my opinion, the greatest wrestler of the modern era is The Undertaker. I'm just saying. But what about Kenny Omega? He's great. Yeah, he's good. If you put him in the new era, which is now, in a couple, from 2010, well, let me go back on that. Taker, I think, is the greatest of all time from pretty much the Attitude Era up until the PG era. And he was still good during the little bits and pieces of the PG era when he still had the streak. Even though that kind of ended in WrestleMania 31, it was 9 years ago, 2015. So he was still good up until, even after the streak was gone, he was still good. It is what it is, but I think Taker's the only person that has had a streak. Now, I don't know if this is true, but I think he lost back-to-back WrestleMania. Oh, no, did he? No, he lost at 30. Was it 30? Yeah. He lost at 30 to Brock. Regained the streak at 31, beating Bray Wyatt. lost to Roman at 32. And then I think he wrestled Cena at 33. No, when did he fight Cena? It was 32. No, 32. What was shit? I know Cena was 32. I think. Then he fought AJ. That was 36. That Boneyard match, which was pretty much his last WrestleMania. I think there was one more before that. So I think he was at. I know he was at 32. I don't remember if he was at 33 and 34. 35, I don't think he was even at, but 36, I think I know it was his last official WrestleMania match because he wasn't at 37 or 38. No, he did. I know he did that match with Shane. Oh, okay, wait. I'm thinking back again. I'm trying to think. 32 was the Shane match, I believe. And then I think 33 was, 33 was, I believe Cena. 33 and 34. But I know he beat Shane at 32. That's definitely because it was in Dallas. And then he beat AJ at 36. Yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, yeah, the greatest of all time in the modern era is right now. Well, not right now. In my opinion, is The Undertaker. If you talk about right now, the new era or the reality era, whatever era we're in right now, I mean, it's a toss up. I have to go with Ocean Spray at the moment. I think it's Ocean Spray. Just so good. Every match that he's had in AEW this year has been great. He's gonna have another one in 2 weeks, which I'll get to in a minute. With a guy named Rick O'Shit. Or Rico Sheet, but whatever. But that's all I gotta say about that. So check out my video down below. Alright, now after I talk for 22 minutes and 42 seconds, we're gonna get into the actual video. So it is time for your almost late night AEW Dynamite review. Alright, for September the 18th, 2024, the Go Home show before next week's Grand Slam event from Arthur Ashe Hall Stadium in Queens, New York City. And I will not be there. I'm not lying, no cap. I wish I would go, but can't go. I'm a little bit low on funds. Unless I can get some funds by the weekend. Enough funds that I can go and come back. Because it's a pain in the butt to get there and pain in the butt to get back. But, yeah. So, I usually take Grand Slams off because of the travel time and everything. Because you get on the 7 train, and you have to get there, you have to leave here at 2 o'clock. I would have to leave my house at 2 o'clock just to get into the city by 2:45, 3 o'clock. Get on the 7, and I'd probably be by Citi Field by 3:30, I would say about 3:45, 4 o'clock, and then you gotta walk all the way to Arthur Ashe Hall Stadium. And sometimes they have meet and greets and stuff like that, which is money. So I usually I would skip that. I just hang out outside and wait till the doors open, and then I think they start the tapings at 7. The taping Ring of Honor, or the taping Collision. I don't know. Sometimes they'll tape Collision after Dynamite or before Dynamite. So I know Collision's gonna be taped. I don't know if that next Wednesday was next Thursday. And then you got tape Rampage as well, just insane they're doing all that. And plus Ring of Honor, I believe. So 4 shows? It's insane. Insane to do that. They're probably gonna tape Rampage at 7, right? For the Rampage next Friday. And then it goes right into the live Dynamite show, and then I think after that, or the day after that they might tape Ring of Honor after Dynamite, and then I think the next day, that next Thursday, they're probably gonna tape Collision. I don't know how it's gonna work. It's just the way it is. But both people are going to Arthur Ashe Hall Stadium next week for Grand Slam and Grand Slam Collision and Grand Slam Rampage. Have fun! And if you have an extra ticket, let me know. I'm kidding. But, yeah, food is a pain in the butt. Lots of money for food. If you go by car, woo-hoo-hoo. Don't go by car. Trust me, don't go by car. I mean, if you want to bite the $40, I think it's $40 to get in there, parking. It's insane. It's like going to a Met game, but Mets won't be there, because they'll be in Atlanta, GA. By the way, for everybody in Washington D.C., I just want to say how sweep it is. Mets swept the Nationals 10-0 tonight. Woo! Still 2 games up on the Braves, who won tonight against the Reds. Ugh. But got that. Arizona won tonight, so Mets are still tied for the second wild card. The Padres won tonight as well, so the Mets are still 3 games back of the first wild card with 10 to play. So getting dicey. If the Mets can win at least 7, or I would say 8, because 7 might be a little bit. Because the Padres and the Diamondbacks face off at the end of the year, and the Mets got Milwaukee, which means the good land in Milwaukee. Right. This weekend is the final homestand. They got 4 against the Phillies. I'd love for them to take 3 or 4. They split or lose 3 or 4. You gotta hope that Atlanta loses this weekend. I think Atlanta plays the Marlins. I forget who they play this weekend, but San Diego plays like the White Sox. You know they're gonna sweep them because the White Sox suck so bad. So it's gonna be a dogfight in the next 10 games for the Mets, the Braves, the Diamondbacks, the Padres. All 4 of those teams are jockeying for position and getting into the playoffs. Speaking of getting into playoffs, yes, Yankee fans, you clinched tonight. Whoop-de-goddamn do! Up 5 games on the Orioles in the AL East with 10 to play, so your magic number is, I think, 4. Probably clinched by this weekend or maybe early next week. I hope you choke the next 10 games, but I know they're not, but imagine they do. That'll be hilarious. Of 5 games with 10 to play, and I just think they're gonna in the first round, depending on who they play. Obviously, God forbid they play the Twins. That's a sweep. The Twins stink against the Yankees. Stink against the Mets too, but so if the Yankees have the first playing in the wild card round and playing Milwaukee or Kansas City, easy. It's too easy for them. And then I think you got Detroit in the playoffs too. No, not Detroit. No wait, do you have? I think Detroit's the leader in the AL Central. But we got that. But Baltimore is there, but they're kind of like struggling right now. And the assholes, another AL West win. Fighting and surviving against the Mariners. Oh, the way the Mariners lost that game tonight was just so fucking bad. I caught highlights of that game, and I think the guy was rounding third, and the Yankee, I think it was Jazz Chisholm, the guy who used to be on the Marlins, freaking overran third base, and then somehow he got tagged out at third, and the Yankees won the game, and they clinched the playoff spot right there. How do you freaking do that? When you had the game pretty much won, or about to win, or at least maybe tie it, I think. Because that Yankee bullpen sucks. And I think that's going to be the downfall of the Yankees. It's going to be their bullpen. Or if they just don't hit. You know, Soto's starting to heat up again. But Judgy Wudgy, I think he needs another steroid. And even Soto's been saying he wants to test free agency. Uncle Stevie! I know you gotta re-sign Alonso to whatever, a lot of money, and then worry about the pitching staff. We're gonna keep Severino, keep Manaya. I think Quintana goes bye-bye, even though he's been pitching pretty good. Pitched a good gem today. 7 innings, no runs. I think 9 or 10 strikeouts. So he's got. I always think Quintana's like he's gonna suck, and he just pitches like a great game. Peterson, getting back to being good again. McGill, I don't know about that. Senga, if he does come back for the playoffs, I think he'll be a great asset to the Mets in the bullpen as a long reliever, maybe. And then you got Acuna. They brought up Luis Angel Acuna, the brother of Ronald Acuna from the Braves. Second home run of the year, even though it was garbage time. Nemo with a big 3-run homer. 9-run inning for the Mets, I think in the 4th inning. I think it was the 4th or 5th inning. It was like 9-0. I'm like, this game's over. I don't have to watch it anymore. And then I was like, alright, I won't watch it. I was watching Dynamite anyway. But I peeked in on my SNY app to see what the Mets were doing. It was like 9-0 in the 8th. I'm like, yeah, this game's over. And then I saw Acuna hit that home run, make it 10-0, and I'm like, pfft. That's that. Moving on. Alright, now I'm going to get to wrestling. So I wanted to talk about the Mets. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, so, yeah, this is the go-home show before next week's Grand Slam event. Card looks amazing. Lots of titles on the line. We got, hopefully, Nigel McGuinness and Bryan Danielson. I think it's the 3rd or 4th match in their long rivalry. Because I know they had 2 in New York. One was I forgot when that other one was. Those 2 in New York were great. One was in the Hammerstein Ballroom. Both men were busted wide open. It was just insanely sick. And then the other one was Bryan's retirement match in 2009. Well, I was upstairs in the Grand Ballroom, which is dubbed the Final Countdown. But we had that, and then the first match, like I said, was in a different state. I think it was Ohio, Chicago, or upstate. I forget what it was. Not upstate, up north. In, like, Massachusetts, somewhere. I forget. But they've had, I think, 3 matches, maybe more than that. I could be wrong, but I know the 3 that they showed on TV tonight. And now, 15 years later, Nigel and Bryan Danielson for the AEW World title. No, is it? I don't even know if it's I think it's not for the title. It should be, but I think, well, whatever. If it's for the title, great. If it's not, then it should have been for the title. But not that Nigel's going to win the belt, but I think now it depends on if Danielson can get better. Because right now he's not medically cleared yet, and we got basically 6 days. So I think it's going to be like one of those like last minute decisions if it's going to happen or not. And I think if it doesn't happen by Wednesday morning, I think Nigel's going to come out and say, see, he's a coward. But then next thing you know, you hear a Final Countdown play and Danielson comes out. He's like, I'm going to fight. Yeah, but he still has those neck problems. He's got to get neck surgery by the end of the year. So he's only got a few matches left. One's going to be with Nigel. I think the next one's going to probably be with Darby. I hate to be Mox, because Mox will kill him. But, we'll have to see with that. Alright, so tonight's show emanated from the Mohegan Sun Arena in Wilkes Bear, Pennsylvania. And our commentary team, as always, Men Behind the Mask. Excalibur, the biggest Met fan I know, he is very happy with what's going on with Los Mets de Nueva York. And that's the man from Red Hook Brother, Taz Brother. And Tony Baloney Schiavone. Alright. Let's get into it. Alright, so we start off the show with our first match of the night. Before we get to the first match, we see most of the BCC, the Blackpool Cook Club, of Claudio, Marina Shafir, and John Moxley. They come in. We're going to hear from Mox later in the show. We also see, "Hi guys, it's me, Darby. I'm in the arena, but I come from Seattle. I weigh 150 pounds soaking wet. I live in my parents' car. I'm so fucking emo, guys. But I love you guys. I'm gonna kill myself just for you guys." Yeah, that's Darby, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, so we're gonna hear from them later. But we start off the show with freshly squeezed orange juice. Orange Cassidy comes out with, well, two members of the conglomeration, and that's Kyle O'Reilly, Odo Parts, and the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion, the Funky Chicken himself, Mark Briscoe. And as always, we have to pay homage to this great man up there, former two-time World Heavyweight Champion and 13-time Tag Team Champion, among other titles that him and his brother Mark have won. GCW Tag Team belts, New Japan, I think they won the New Japan belts. I mean, greatest tag team pretty much in the modern era, and that is, well, next to the Bucks, of course. Sorry. And that's Jay Briscoe, we for the Sky Boy. Alright, so Orange Cassidy's taking on taking on Le Champion, the member of the Learning Tree, along with Big Cass and Brian Keith, the Bad Apple, and that man is Chris Jericho. Hi guys! It's time for Reading Rainbow. Anyway, alright, so this whole conglomeration feud with Jericho and the rest of the Learning Tree continues on. We saw what happened last week, where Orange Cassidy dumped a bunch of change into Jericho's new car. I thought that was dumb, but they had the bulldozer right there. You're gonna break the fucking car? Anyway, match was pretty well. I'm just gonna since it's just late, I'm gonna paraphrase some of it. So it's not really a review. It's kind of like that's, you understand, but it's still a review. They stuck it out to start. As pretty much there's a big fight on the floor before the match even began, with Mark and Brian Keith going at it, and Big Cass and Kyle O'Reilly knocking each other out of the ring, flippy dippity doos and everything. Then Orange Cassidy and Jericho start going at it as the bell officially rang. So pretty much a back and forth match. They go to the outside and clear away the timekeepers area. Even though one of the people at the timekeepers area was just standing there, and then I think it was like the doctor or somebody. You're just like looking on like, and then Jericho has a belt to back suplex through the table, and the freaking doc's like. In utter shock. That I was like, weird, awkward, but weird. Anyways, we got that, and then they go to break, come back, they go back and forth, and Orange Cassidy hits that tornado DDT, or goes for it, gets counted to the walls of Jericho, and then somehow Orange Cassidy kind of reversed it into his own version of the walls of Jericho. But then Big Bill comes in to kick him right in the face. No disqualification there. I'm like, what are you looking at, Aubrey Edwards? And then Kyle O'Reilly kicks him all the way to the back. Then Jericho to hit a Death Valley driver for a near fall. And then Orange Cassidy comes right back with that tornado DDT. And then a diving DDT for a near fall. Goes for the Orange Punch. It gets counted into a Code Breaker for a near fall. And then Orange Cassidy comes right back with a Beach Break for another near fall. And then Mark Briscoe and Brian Keith start brawling on the outside. Goes on a distraction, which Jericho had his back turned. And then he tried to pull out a roll of quarters from his tights. And then he went to go to hit Cassidy. Cassidy took it away from him. Boom, right in the mouth, knocking Jericho for a loop. And then Jericho, not Jericho, sorry, Cassidy goes to the pin. 1, 2, 3 in exactly 19 and a half minutes. Freshly squeezed orange juice gets the win over Chris Jericho. And that's pretty much it. They did show the Mimosa match from 2020, I believe. That match was freaking dumb. The object of the match is to throw your opponent in a pool of mimosa, which explodes. No, that would be fun. But anyway, Orange Cassidy once again beats Jericho. Match was decent to start. 3.25 out of 5 stars for that. And we move on with that. Alright, then we get a video from after Dynamite where we have that bastard Pac and Claudio Castagnoli not happy campers with a certain guy named William Yuta, who's still kinda, sorta in the group because he's 1/3 of the Trios champions. So they're mad at him for not talking to them since All Out after they just basically almost murdered Danielson. And then Jon Moxley and Marina Shafir come in. They say, and Moxley's like, William Yuta, you need to decide what kind of man you need to be, and the choice is yours if you want to choice is yours. You want to leave the group and be with your buddy, your mentor, Mr. Bryan Danielson, or you want to come and be with the good guys and help defend the Trios titles next week in an open challenge. We'll see who they face, and that's that. Alright, so I gave that part 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we go to Alex Marvez, and boy did he have a bad night. What is wrong with you, Alex Marvez? This guy sucks. He's a young Bucks mark. This guy sucks so bad. Can we just have Renee and Lexi in the back doing interviews? Or I know Melissa Santos is on Ring of Honor TV every once in a while. Usually at the after shows and stuff. And then you got Arcady doing the ring announcing and everything. But if you need another, Tony Khan, if you need another backstage interviewer, I'm your guy. I'm just saying. I'm patiently waiting on, hit me up on Twitter, or, you know what to do. Those digits. And that's that. Alright, moving on. Then we see Alex Marvez, like I said, William Yuta comes into the arena, and he's kind of not sure what to do with himself after almost killing I think it was Mark Posey, the referee, on Collision after he beat some Hammanager. Oh no, it's Anthony Henry, sorry. Oh, say his name, and he appears Anthony Henry. We must believe in Anthony Henry. We saw that, so he's kind of on edge, doesn't know what to do, but he's willing to fight at Wrestle Dream. But then Marvez like, don't you mean Grand Slam? Because you are defending the Trios titles in an open challenge? And Yuta's like, oh, right. And then we see some stagehand come around the corner. He's like, Mr. Yuta, you left this in your locker room. And he gives him his Trios title. And then he's like, I gotta go. I'm like, good, get out of here. Thank God this segment ended. It was so boring. Because William Yuta is the type of guy that puts you to sleep. It is what it is, and that's that. Alright, so I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Back to the arena we go. We got Roderick Strong along with Mike Kanellis Bennett, and I'm Matt Taven, the Undisputed Kingdom, at the commentary table for our next match that we send for the man. Hook! I know it's late, but get in here. Hook, ladies and gentlemen, the FTW champion. Non-title match with a guy who has a lot of tattoos, and his name is J.D. Inc. Nice name. Nice name, but he beat him in 61 seconds. Couldn't wait 8 more seconds. Make it 69. Your girl's favorite number. But, it's my favorite number too. But anyway, basically, Hook suplexed him, cross faces, Kata Hajime, the red rum, tap out, goodbye. 61 seconds, and then Hook goes up the ramp, and then he kind of has like a shouting match with the Kingdom, and and then Roddy and Hook will do battle for the FTW title next Wednesday night on the program. And that's that. Alright, then we go to the back with Renee Paquette with Private Party, Brother Zay, and Mark Quinn. Can I get a... Oh, yeah! So they're there, they accept the open challenge for the Trios titles next week, and it's like, oh, we'll find a partner. We're from New York. Now I'm thinking, wonder who's going to be their partner that's from New York. And I was like, they know a lot of people from New York. Amazing Red, anyone? But obviously it's not going to be Amazing Red because it's going to be Commander. That's if the match even happens after what Moxley did to Brother Zay in his freaking arm. Ugh, nasty. So we got that. And then, that's that. We go to break, we come back. We got Christian! The soon-to-be next AEW Undisputed AEW champion. Because he has that contract. He's ready to win the world title. He's going to say, I can do it anytime, anywhere, any place I choose. Then, he wants Nick Wayne to also win a belt, and he's going to be in a fatal 4-way match on Rampage with Rocky Romero, they say, Kip Sabian, and Leo Rush. I don't know, that's for a title shot or just a random fatal 4-way. So, Christian is kind of finishing up, and then he sees Kip Sabian looking on, because he's stalking him still. Stalking the entire patriarchy. So, Christian goes over to Kip Sabian, and Christian's like, basically roast him like a freaking marshmallow. He like goes up to him and it's like, you need to stop stalking us. I don't care about your dad being dead. I don't care about this and that. It's like, if I see you again, I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm gonna kick your ass so bad, I'm gonna put you next to your dad in the grave. I'm like, shit, whoa, be easy, Christian, damn. I don't get this whole thing with Kip Sabian just stalking the patriarchy. Or it's just Nick Wayne. I think he's trying to get with Nick Wayne's mom who's got it going on. But aren't you a married man there, Kip? To Penelope Ford who might be coming back? Along with Ty Conti to the women's division. We'll see what happens with that. And we move on. Alright, so I gave that segment 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then we go back to the ring with the ladies of AEW. We got a tag team match player. We got the Professor, Serena Deeb. And teaming up with the beautiful, the vivacious AEW Women's World Heavyweight Champion, the glamorous one, Mariah May, as they take on the one and only Queen Amanada and her tag team partner, Yuna from Final Fantasy X, otherwise known as Yuka Sakazaki. She's so cute. Anyway, this was a decent match. Basically, Mariah May wasn't doing anything to start the match. He was like on the on the outside, and she was like sitting on the steps. She's like looking at herself in the freaking reflection in the AEW Women's World Title. Then she finally gets on the apron. I think it was Rick Knox says like, "Hey, bitch, get on the freaking apron already. Let's go." So Mariah May eventually comes in with a running drop kick of her own. We go to break, come back. Yuna comes in to slam both of them down, and then she just went berserk with her German suplexes and hits a big flippy dippity-doo on the floor to knock out basically everybody. And Queen Aminata hit the back of her head on the ramp. Ow, that's why she didn't finish the match. Then it throws, I think, Serena Deeb inside, sets up for the Magical Girl Splash. Interesting name. But then Mariah May comes in with the belt, smacks Yuna in the back with the belt, and hey, for once we get a DQ in AEW in 8 minutes. So, match was okay, but the fans are loving Yuka Sakazaki. Because she's from Japan, which is #1 forever! As always. Because she comes from Stardom, that's why. Where do you think Mina comes from? Stardom. Where did Mariah May come from? Stardom. Where did Rio come from? Stardom. Her name is Rio and she dances on my lap. Okay. I miss Rio. But she's on loan to another guy. Yeah, I gave you that girl back, okay? Now we're civil. I gave you your waifu back, and then you can have Maki Ito, motherfucker. But just remember who I got. You can't steal Mina from me. Sorry. She's mine, goddammit. I only give away two of those hot Asian chicks, okay? You can have Mina. Not Mina. I got Mina. I want Mina. That's my chick. You can have Rio and you can have Maki Ito. I get Kyuya. I got dibs on that, son. So, sorry there, sir. You have your waifus. I got my wives. Asuka, Kairi, Io, Julia, Mina. I would go, Miyu Yamashita. But she kind of creeps me out. She has that evil look, and like she's about to kick your ass. Either kick your ass or go to town, you dick. So just watch out for Miyu Yamashita. Scary. She's scary but sexy at the same time. I like that. And did you know that? A lot of people are saying Julia's Japanese. Well, duh, she is Japanese, but she has Italian descent in her. She was born in Italy, but raised in Japan. That's kind of cool. I didn't even know that people that come from Japan, there's some people that have Italian descent in them. I didn't know that you could be it. I never heard of an Italian-Japanese person. I'll make up a word, Jitalian. No, that sounds weird. I would say Japtalian, but that might be racist. But it's half Italian, half Japanese. I guess I can say that, Japtalian. That's a weird name but what else are you gonna call it? But, yeah. Julia is half Italian, half Japanese. That's why she said arrivederci, which is Italian for bye-bye. You would think it's ciao, but ciao means hello. See? See, all those great years of high school and college Italian really paid off. I still don't understand half the words, but I'm still learning. I got my cousin Tony D to help me out. Right, cuz? My legit cousin Tony D'Angelo gets me a chicken palmiro for $2. You, yes you, watching at home, you get it for $10.50. Because you're not Italian. Even if you were, you still get it for $10.50. With interest. That's that. Alright, so DQ in the women's match, 2.25 out of 5 stars. And then afterwards, Mariah May continues to beat down on Yuka Sakazaki, and then kisses her on the cheek. And then we find out later in the show that Yuka Sakazaki is gonna gets a title shot. Out of all that, she gets a title shot against Mariah May next week. Is she gonna win? No. Obviously, she's not. And that's that. And then we hear Mariah May going to the camera. Mina! She's screaming for Mina Shirakawa and everything. Mina, I miss you. I want you. And then we see a beautiful video from Mina. Oh my, those eyes. I think she changed her eye color. Woo, she looked fucking amazingly hot. I had to change my shorts a couple of times on that segment. Holy crap. But Mina's back, just like Mariah May wanted her to be. Well, not everybody wants Mina now. Well, besides me. But anyway. So she's like, you want Mina? You got Mina. Oh, I hope she's there at Grand Slam. I hope she's there at Grand Slams. I think they're going to do Mina versus Mariah May at Wrestle Dream for the AEW Women's Championship. Not that Mina's going to win. I would love it, but it's not going to happen. I don't even know who. I think Toni Storm, when she gets that rematch, eventual rematch, she's going to win it back from, she's going to win it back from Mariah May. And then I think Tony's going to hold it for another, like, another few hundred days. And then I could probably see maybe Thunder Rosa, or when Mercedes loses the TBS belt, she's going to go after the world title, the AEW women's title. And then her and Toni Storm are going to have an epic feud, probably going in maybe next year. Going into maybe Double or Nothing. Or maybe sooner, who knows. But I think we're going to see Mina versus Mariah May at Wrestle Dream for the AEW Women's Championship. And we got that. Blah, 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 blah. But Mina's going to be back probably next week. And I'm going to bring another pair of shorts. And that's that. Alright, so that little segment, 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then, with some technical difficulty, we have the video of Nigel versus Bryan Danielson. Their entire freaking rivalry in Ring of Honor, which is great. It would have been fine without the technical difficulty in the first part of it. You can't do that on live TV. Somebody needs to fire that guy. It's like, we got some technical difficulties. And then they have to cover it up and like, oh, now we gotta go to video. And I was like, it's gonna screw up again, right? Unfortunately, it did not. But we saw that, and it was pretty damn epic. Moving on. Alright, then we have the Blackpool Cuck Club coming into the arena. Basically, I don't even think we saw Pac, but we had Claudio, Marina Shafir, Moxley. They all come into the arena, and they get jumped in the crowd by Private Party, Mark Quinn, and Isaiah Cassidy. So beating them up as they get to the ring, but the numbers game catches up to them. And then basically, both members of Private Party got the shit bit out of them. I mean, even Marina Shafir I think she kicked Isaiah Cassidy in the dick. Because they were holding him up, and she kicked him, and kicked him right in the dick or something like that. And Tony Storm was like, that first kick was low. Duh. And then after they're beating him up, the crowd's going nuts. And in the ring, Commander is there. Goes for a flippy dibbity-doo. But Claudio hits a Tiger uppercut, knocking him out. And then Moxley he's under the ring as Claudio's beating up Commander. Moxley's underneath the ring. He finds the toolbox. I'm like, is he going to pull out a screwdriver? No, he threw the screwdriver down. He takes out a ball-peen hammer. And they're taking Isaiah Cassidy up by the, Claudio was beating him up all the way to pretty much the stage area, the lighting area of the stage and shit. And Claudio and Marina Shafir are holding him up. Isaiah Cassidy's trying to get out of it. And Mox yells at them, says, "You're in the same place you were 5 years ago." He's like, this is what happens when you interrupt me and you mess with us. He goes, bam, right to Isaiah Cassidy's hand. Ow! With the hammer. So I think Private Party ain't gonna be fighting them next week unless Mark Quinn's gonna be fighting with a big old humongous cast on his hand. And then Darby Allin comes out. Hi guys, I'm back. So he comes out, goes after Mox. They have a big old stare down, and Darby has a skateboard ready to slam Mox in the head with a skateboard, but Moxley bailed, and then he left, and then Darby gets the mic, promises to run through him at Grand Slam, and go on to Wrestle Dream in his he says his hometown of Seattle, Washington. Well, but dude, Darby, I know you're from Seattle, but the pay-per-view is in Tacoma. It's a different city. Couple of miles away, dude. I didn't get that. I think it was a little bit of a botch. Well, not too much of a botch. So, next week, Darby versus Mox. Gonna be insane. Darby's number one contender. Darby's number one contender spot is on the line. The winner of the match goes to Wrestle Dream to face Danielson or Nigel. Probably gonna be Danielson. I think Danielson's gonna finally beat. Well, he's gonna beat Nigel like he beat him in 2009. Go on to Wrestle Dream, pretty much near his hometown of Aberdeen, Washington, and face Darby. I think Darby might beat him at Wrestle Dream, and then I think Moxley is gonna come out and beat him up, and then next thing you know, Christian comes out, signs the contract, pins Darby, wins the world title, and he holds it for the rest of the year. Or he might be a transitional champion and loses at Full Gear or World's End. I just can't see Christian, of all people, having like a 3, 4, 5 month reign with a belt. Unless Edge is coming back, whenever that might be, and Edge Christian 4 happens, and Edge becomes a new champion and he holds it for a little bit. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll see. Eventually, I think Hangman Adam Page is going to get the belt sometime, I don't know when, by the end of the year or maybe next year. We'll talk about the Hangman in a little bit. Alright, so that entire segment, I gave 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we get a video on Jack Real Glass Perry on his destruction since All Out. And, coming in his little van. The scapegoat mobile. Look at that. Alright, after that we go to Ricochet. Taking on the Beast. Mortos. Or Mortos. Whatever you want to say. Now, it was a pretty decent match. 11.5 minutes. Back and forth they went. Mortis hits a running monkey flip. It doesn't work. Crashes out to the floor. Ow. Ricochet then grabs a Code Red. Even worse. Get back in the ring. A Springboard 450 by Ricochet gives him a near fall, but Mortis gives him a super Gorilla Press Slam for a near fall. And then Ricochet comes right back with that axe kick, which didn't really connect. Didn't get all of it. And then he hits Vertigo, which is his new finisher. 1, 2, 3, Ricochet gets the win. Pretty decent match. 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's that. We move on. Alright, then we see video of the Hangman Adam Page doing some cowboy shit. The recent actions, burning down Swerve's house. See a little bit of that hellacious cage match. And then what happened last week with Jeff Jarrett. G-E-W-G-E-W-E-W-T. That's Jeff Jarrett. That whole brawl that happened in the back last week. So we're going to see what happens with the Hangman. You're going to hear from him in a minute. But before we get that, we get a look at FTR, fuck the Revival, Dax Harwood, and Cash got a Glock Wheeler beating the grizzled young veterans on Dynamite last week. And FTR will be teaming up in a 10-man tag team match to face the grizzled young veterans, Bruce, and I forget the other. But the grizzled young veterans, Roddy, and Roosh on that team. And then on the other side, you got FTR, the Outrunners, and Hook. That's an interesting tag, 10-man tag on Collision. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, then we got Tony Baloney in the ring. Brings out the Hangman. Comes out, and the Hangman says that he promised to hurt anyone who held him back from getting revenge on Swerve. While he was suspended, he heard Tony Baloney cheering for Swerve. So then he starts backing Tony into the corner. Tony's like, I didn't say anything, leave me alone. I'm like, Hangman, if you beat up my boy Tony Schiavone, they were going to have problems. But thankfully, Jarrett comes out for the save. They fight a little bit, and then Hangman goes with a buckshot lariat, and then like 6,000 security guards and referees come out to stop it. Kind of stop it at times. And then Jarrett breaks through security. And then we see Jay Lethal carrying Jarrett, and Satnam Singh, the big Jolly Green Giant, are out there to stop Jarrett. And then Jarrett gets the freaking mic, and he tells Paige that I'm the last outlaw. And there's a long line of people that want to kick your ass, but I'm at the head of the line, and I promise to take you out. Well, it's probably going to be a Wrestle Dream. I don't know if it's going to be a straight one-on-one match, or it's going to be some type of hardcore match. Well, we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so I give that 3 out of 5 stars as well. Then we move on. Alright, there we go to, I think, the segment of the good segment of the night. Ricochet is in the back, and then he comes up to Will Oceanspray, getting ready for his 6-man tag team match with his good friend Kyle Fletcher and Takeshita to take on the Corporate Bucks. And the Continental Breakfast IHOP Denny's champion, that's Okada, in a 6-man tag team match. But Ricochet comes up to Oceanspray, the Intercontinental champion, and he says, I heard what you said. You said at All Out, telling me to get some wins, this and that. And then, I think he was like yelling at him. He's like, what have you done lately there, Oceanspray? It's like, you're too busy trying to get United Empire back, and he kind of wishes him luck with the tag team title match next week. And he says, let's get down to the nitty gritty. He says, I got a match on the 5th anniversary show, October the 2nd, and that match is going to be me, Ricochet, taking on you, Will Oceanspray, for the Intercontinental title. I'm like, what? I'm like, I was happy at first, and I'm thinking about, why do this on the anniversary show when you have a pay-per-view a few days later? Tony Khan got such a fucking hard-on for this match. For now, Ricochet and Oceanspray are gonna go, let's do it now! Let's do it the 5th anniversary and not do that fucking Wrestle Dream. A week later, you couldn't wait 10 days after, 10 days. You had to put it on October 2nd, you had to put it on the anniversary show, and not on Wrestle Dream, when that would have been a banger too. Come on, dude. So that's the first match for the 5th anniversary show. It's gonna be a banger. I think Oceanspray's gonna win. I just can't see Ricochet getting that belt that quick. So I think we're gonna see. I wanted to see this later on. I didn't want to see it this quick, but like I said, Tony Khan, he saw these guys, he saw money, and he's like, all right, my dick is so hard, I'm gonna make this match now. October the 2nd. I think it's in DC. Because usually the anniversary shows are in DC, because that's where the first Dynamite was 5 years ago. So we'll have to see what happens with that. Move on. Alright, so I gave that 3.5 out of 5 stars. Then we go to the main event of the night. Ocean Spray, Kyle Fletcher, and Takeshita with Don Callis on commentary, taking on the Corporate Bucks, the AEW Tag Team Champions, and Okada, the Denny's IHOP Continental Breakfast Champion. This was a pretty damn good match, back and forth match. Fletcher hits a double clothesline on the Bucks and a bling buster for a near fall on Matthew Jackson. And then a Michinoku driver plants Okada, and then Takeshita comes in for a middle rope backsplash. Bucks have to come in for the save. They get sent to the outside, and then Okada gets triple drop kicked for a near fall. But Okada comes right back with that patented drop kick of his, and then he pulls back. So hits that on Takeshita as we go to another break. And then we come back, the Bucks take over on Takeshita, setting up the triple middle finger. They're about to do the, back pose, and they go, fuck you, man. That was funny. They go for the EVP trigger, and it gets blocked. And a double German suplex drops the Bucks. Okada comes back in. The Bucks hit a double stomp to the back into a sit-up powerbomb, interesting, for a near fall on Ocean Spray. And then the Bucks hit a double super kick on Ocean Spray. When then Kyle Fletcher comes back in for an assisted middle rope Gilmore Kata! Bang! And then Takeshita hits a big running flippy gibbity-doo on Okada. But Nick gets in his slingshot X Factor. And then a moonsault from the apron. Lucha Libre! And then Fletcher comes in, hits the spinning tombstone, otherwise same move that Just Incredible hits. So he hits Just Incredible, and then Ocean Spray is in the corner. He takes off his elbow pad, hits the hidden blade on Matthew Jackson, and then they set up a move we haven't seen in a long time, and that's Coriolis. Yes, Coriolis. Sounds like a disease, but it's an actual move. They hit Coriolis for the first time in a couple years. 1, 2, 3 on Matthew Jackson in 19 and a half minutes. So, United Empire and Takeshita get the win. And gave the match 3.5 out of 5 stars. And then afterwards, we see on the Tron, the United Empire theme plays. And we see the logo on the Tron. And Ocean Spray and Fletcher put up the crown. And then Takeshita's like, he's seen the Kyle Fletcher and Ocean Spray kind of reunite United Empire, and he's like, hey, what about me? Well, what about you? So then Takeshita kind of like, Ocean Spray's trying to, hug him and try to shake his hand, celebrate the victory, and Takeshita doesn't want any part of that shit. And then he kind of just bumps into Ocean Spray, and Don Callis is like, it's okay. I think we're going to see Okada and Takeshita for the Continental Breakfast Championship. I don't know if it's next week, it's going to be at Wrestle Dream, and I hope Takeshita wins it. Because he's just so close to winning that belt. Had a great G1, great matches galore pretty much this year. He's just really close to getting a title. And I think he's going to beat Okada at Wrestle Dream, or whenever this match happens. And he's going to become the new champ. I think he's going to hold it for a pretty long time. I don't even know there's going to be another Continental title tournament. But I heard Tony Khan say something that they might do it again this year, and then the finals will be at, I would assume the finals will be at Wrestle Dream, so whoever wins the tournament faces the champion whoever that might be between Okada and maybe Takeshita or somebody else. I can see them doing that if they want to start it, do it in November, like after, probably start it early November on, respective shows. Don't have matches at freaking Full Gear, because I think that's stupid. But, I know I need a while to finish the tournament up, but I'll just do like a mini tournament, and then the winner faces the champion at World's End, December the 28th, or 29th it is, 20th or 29th. Let me see. I think it's the 20. I know it's the end of December. I think it's the 28th or 29th. That's Saturday. I think it's a Saturday night. So, or the 27th. Whatever it is, it's gonna be in December. We got that. We move on. All right, so that's something to look at. And that's it. Then we run down the card for Grand Slam. It's gonna be a great card. I love it. So we'll see what happens with that. But all in all, Dynamite I thought was a pretty damn good show, and I gave it 7.25 out of 10 stars. A lot of people thought it sucked, gave it 3. Because the crowd was kind of dead, and matches were kind of like, eh. I have to disagree with you. I thought it was a pretty damn good show. So, we'll see what the rating is tomorrow. With that, Raw did a 1.5, up from a 1.4. I don't have NXT's numbers as of yet for their final, pretty much the next to final show on the USA Network. This Tuesday is the final show. So bye-bye so long to the USA Network for NXT. And they're going to be on the CW11 a week from Tuesday. For a big show in Chicago for the debut. And then after that, they're going head-to-head with Dynamite on Title Tuesday. And they're going to destroy Dynamite. Nobody's watching Dynamite that night. I'll tell you that much. I'm definitely watching NXT because of Orton and Javon Evans. That's one thing, but I'll watch Dynamite after, like, at 10 o'clock. I'll watch the replay of that. But we'll have to see what happens with all that. Alright, so I'm out of here, guys. 7.25 out of 10 stars for Dynamite. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. Don't forget to like the video. Please hit that subscribe button on this channel and my other channels as well. Show your love and support. And, share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media. And don't forget to hit that bell. It's very important to hit that bell. If you missed anything, you missed it. And that's that. Alright, guys. I'm out of here. I gotta get some sleep. I gotta get up in a few hours. And I have to get dressed. I have to go to my desk. I have to go to the doctor to get a procedure done. It's not a big thing. It's like a light. It's like a 5. Probably in and out. That's what she said. Like I'm in and out of your mama's dick. Woohoo! Like my dick is in and out of your mama's pussy. But it is what it is. But that's that. But it's like I think it's like a sonogram. It's like basically 5 at most 30 minutes. But gotta try to get there early, and hopefully I get taken early. Probably be done by 11. I'd say by noon I'll be done, and then I'm gonna go to lunch, and then don't know what I'm gonna do the rest of the day, but I'm off. I'm pretty much off the entire weekend. I'm off tomorrow. I'm off Friday because I got a doctor appointment. Then I got to go to physical therapy after that. Saturday I'm gonna be a little bit busy with some yard work I gotta do, and then I gotta get ready. I gotta leave here. Like I leave here and go to New York City at 4 o'clock. So I gotta be at the event I'm going to. I'm gonna be filming and audio work. It's part of my job, so I'm actually working Saturday, but Saturday night I should say. So Metallica and Black Sabbath tribute show. Can't wait for that. It's gonna be epic. And I'm gonna put a lot of videos up on my Metal Guide channel. I don't care if it gets copyright claims. I'm putting a few videos up of from the Black Sabbath band and the Metallica band. Some updated versions of the songs, because there might be some new stuff that the band didn't play like first song last year. But usually I might do an updated some updates on the ones I have. And I hope I'm going to get the set list again. I have this. Do I have a set list from the first one? I do. I don't know where it is. And I'm not going to look for it. But I will show you the set list from hopefully both bands. So people are like, oh, you didn't go. You're a liar. Right, here's the list, asshole. Oh, you wrote that down. No, I didn't. How can I write it? How can I write a set list down? I'm not part of the fucking band. Fucking retards. But it is what it is. So I'm gonna sing my ass off. I'm gonna have fun. I'm not gonna drink because I got working, so I can't. I can drink a couple of drinks, but I can't. You know. Mrs. will be there too. She might, you know. But, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, show's probably going to end about 12 o'clock. And then a couple of friends are going to drive us home. Because we're not going to come back on the freaking train from the city. That's, you know, nerve-wracking. And, you know, those, you know, freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night, you know. Especially from, like, where I'm gonna be. It's like Midtown Manhattan. Nuts over there. I would go to a late night club, but we're gonna be in like this type of gear. We can't get into a club with that type of gear. But it is what it is. But we're gonna have fun this weekend. Sunday is football Sunday. So I have to see what happens with that. The Giants face the Browns in Cleveland, I believe. The Jets are playing tomorrow in MetLife Stadium against the Patriots. That game will be broadcast in New York on Channel 5. So please, if you're DVRing it, DVR Channel 5 at 8 o'clock. So it's going head to head with TNA and Ring of Honor. And also the Met game will be on around 7. But that's on the Met game tomorrow is going to be on Channel 9. It hasn't been on Channel 9 in God knows how long. Like old nostalgia. So you got that. I think it's going to be on ESPN Sunday night. So, I think it's right after the Niner game. The Niners are at 4:25 game. I hope that's on Fox. If it's televised. If not, I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be pissed. So like, last season, they Fox 5 here in New York broadcast a lot of Niner games. I was surprised. I was really surprised. They were, like, almost every freaking game, it was like a Niners game. I'm like, fuck the Giants. Well, the Giants be at 1 o'clock, the Niners have a 4 o'clock game, and you got the Niners right after that. I'm like, wow. Great shit. So, the Niners got the Rams this week without Debo, because he's got a calf injury. He's going to be out a couple weeks. McCaffrey's going to be out, I think, till week 8, pretty much till the second half of the season. I think Debo's going to be out till, I think, week 6. So I think he's going to be out 4 weeks, which sucks. So a lot of people got to step up. Hufunga's coming back. He practiced today, so he's definitely playing on Sunday. That's a big help for the Niners defense. But on the offensive side, you know, Ayuk has to wake the fuck up. Jennings and Kittle have to step up as well. They have another wide receiver. They have another tight end that's got to step up. You know, Mason did have a great game last week. Hopefully Mason can run the ball. The Rams are depleted. No Cooper Kupp. Thank the Lord for that. Fuck that guy. And the Rams got other injuries. They're really depleted. So if the Niners do not win this game against the depleted fucking Rams team, and they're still tough even without Cooper Kupp. You still got Matthew Stafford and everything, you know, all the semi-weapons he still has. The defense of the Rams is but the Niners can't win. And basically a home game, which is Levi South at SoFi Stadium, where 60% of the Niners fans are going to be there. Because it's basically, like I said, it's a home game. And then we got a home game the week after that against the Patriots on the Sunday after that. It's a 4 o'clock game here, 1 o'clock in San Fran. But So we play basically 2 home games the next couple weeks. Sunday and then the following Sunday. And then I think after that we got Arizona. We got another division game. And Arizona came... No, not... Sorry. The Patriots came this close to helping the Niners last week. But sadly, they lost in overtime. So the Seahawks have a 1-game lead over the Niners in the division. And I believe the Rams or Arizona have a 1-game lead in the division ranks. So hopefully the Niners win, and then Arizona just starts to suck. But pretty much everybody but the Seahawks are at 1-1. So it's early. I'm not really worried about it. I won't be worried about the playoffs until like week 11, week 12. So got about 9 weeks. In about 9 weeks from now, 2 months from now, I'll be thinking about the playoffs. But right now, we don't have to. But I'm worried about McCaffrey. I hope he can come back and gets healed up and comes back for the second half of the year because we're gonna need him. And Debo with his calf. I hope takes a couple. He gets better in a couple weeks. At least by week 6, week 7, because we're gonna need him as well. And hopefully this is not like we're gonna get everybody starts getting injured and then like pretty much the season's over. And this is the season that the Niners could go to the Super Bowl, finally win the Super Bowl. But has to go. It has to go through the rest of the league and everything. You still got Philadelphia, the Eagles, who on Monday night I laughed so hard when basically who's the I think it's Matthew Ryan. I think he's still the quarterback of the Falcons. But anyway, the Falcons just went downfield and the Eagles just let him go downfield and won the game. That is sad. The Eagles was like, what? What happened? I was cracking up. Because the Eagles and their pedophile fans, they fucking suck. So the Eagles at 1-1. Dallas got destroyed by the Saints. Like 49-10, something like that. So they're so the Cowboys are 1-1. Washington is 1-1 because they kicked 7 field goals and still beat the Giants, who became the first team in NFL history to score basically touchdowns, even though they missed the extra point. No, actually they scored 3 touchdowns, and I think it was 3 touchdowns and didn't get the 2 points. That's sad. And they still lose. That's how the Giants are. They suck. So the Giants are 0-2. They're in the basement of the NFC East. Probably stay there for a while. I think the Brownies are gonna beat them on Sunday in Cleveland. Vic DiBitetto is gonna go berserk even more. And pretty much, if the Giants don't win, I mean, you still got a chance because it's 18 weeks and you can still get in if you have like a 7-10 record. It's just the weirdness of the NFL and the league where they play for pay. But, I mean, we'll see what happens on Sunday and Sunday night. I don't even know what the Sunday night game is. Monday night game. We got that. Tua on Miami. He's out. He's out till weeks. I think he's out till week 8 with that concussion. They're thinking of bringing people. I heard people in the 49ers forums like, let's get Josh Dobbs over to Miami. I'm like, no. Josh Dobbs is staying a Niner. He's just gonna be doing mop up work if the Niners are up by 30 points. He should have been in the game on last Monday against the Jets, but it was a little bit close, so I was like, all right, you don't want to put him in yet. But I think we'll see Josh Dobbs sometime this season. And I think he's gonna really step up for the Niners. I mean, you've seen him in preseason what he did. I think it's gonna be something like it felt like Trey Lance all over again. But I think Josh Dobbs is a way better quarterback than Trey Lance. That's just my opinion. But so if we do see Josh Dobbs, I hope he emulates what he did in the preseason and just marches the Niners down the field with touchdowns galore, and he's like the second coming of Kaepernick. Oh, I said his name, Kaepernick. But I mean, we'll see what happens with that. Preseason hockey is starting soon, or has started. So I'm gonna get that with the Rangers. That's that. Nice touch, Columbus Blue Jackets. Very nice thing they're doing. They're having a locker for Goodrow. I think that's amazing. Amazing for him, and both the Goodrow brothers were great players, especially I think it's Johnny Goodrow played for the Calgary Flames. Now he's playing for Columbus. So nice touch that the Columbus Blue Jackets are doing, and then we saw the memorial on Raw outside the Saddledome. He was such a good player. Him and his brother were good players. And sadly, they died 2 days before their sister's wedding. Oh, sad. Very sad. Very, very sad. So, I can only imagine opening night in the NHL. They're gonna do like a moment of silence for the Goodrow brothers. And the whole season is gonna be dedicated to them. So Columbus is gonna, I think they have a patch. That opening night in Columbus is gonna be sad, because they're gonna be like a moment of silence, and then videos and shit. So, but I mean, besides that, you gotta play the season in the NHL, in the league where they play for pain, and that's that. So lots of stuff coming up, lots of sports coming up this fall. Basketball is coming back. See if the Celtics can repeat. And I think they have a great chance. The Knicks look like an unstoppable team in the Atlantic Division. But when they get to the playoffs, they choke. But I mean, we'll see what happens with that, and the Pacers with Tyrese Halliburton, that schmuck. We'll see what happens in college basketball. I don't really watch most of it. I don't watch college basketball until pretty much March Madness, but I mean, it is what it is. Football's in week 3 right now. Pretty soon we'll be talking about the Thanksgiving games, and yes, the Giants do play on the Giants and the Cowboys are playing at 4:00 on Thanksgiving afternoon. So you know what that means. I have to I'll have to eat. I'll probably eat my parents that day, and I have to probably get there before the freaking Giant game starts, and then watch the game, and then we're gonna have Thanksgiving dinner, and then we gotta watch the third game. So I know the first game's on Channel 2, the second game's on Fox, and the third game's on usually it's on the NFL Network or on Amazon. Well, it might be broadcast on Channel 4, but most likely it will not, because I think It's a Wonderful Life is going to be on that night. Ugh. I'm George. George Bailey. Building the Lawns. Merry Christmas! It's a classic, and then you got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer comes like the beginning of December. All those weird shows. And then you got Christmas Eve coming, and New Year's Rockin' Eve with that schmuck Ryan Seacrest. Seacrest out! I don't know if you're watching the new Wheel of Fortune with him. I just don't want to watch it. I just can't watch it. I don't want to watch it. Because Seacrest sucks. So yeah, New Year's Rockin' Eve's coming in pretty much 3 months and 12 days from now. So, we'll see what happens with that, and as we go into 2025, got a lot of things to talk about in the world of professional wrestling and everything else. So we'll see what happens with that. Alright, now I really have to go. I talked so long, and now I really have to go, because I gotta get a few hours of sleep, and then gotta do my procedure, and then pretty much I'm done for the day. And that's that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. 7.25 out of 10 stars for Dynamite. Decent show. So we'll see what happens this Friday on Rampage. This Saturday from Springfield, Mass. for Collision. And then all roads lead to Grand Slam. Next Wednesday night from Arthur Ashe Hall Stadium in Queens, New York City. It's going to be an epic night of action. Collision should be a great card. We'll see what happens with that. Collision will be taped, by the way. So next week will be taped Collision. So, and then the week after that, October 5th, Collision is gonna get destroyed because Bad Blood's going on. Is gonna be leading, pretty much going head to head with it. Really, Bad Blood starts at 6 p.m., not 7, 6 p.m. and going to about 9. About 8:45, 9 o'clock. So it'll be go head to head with the first hour of Collision, and then Collision will be uninterrupted until 10 o'clock. So I think Collision's ratings are going to get be really bad. And then the following week there is no Collision, unless they do it on October the 11th, which is that Friday. Because Wrestle Dream is October the 12th, which is a Saturday night. And then I think 2 weeks later, I think it's the 26th, is Bound for Glory in Detroit, which the Motor City Machine Guns might be there, because it's in Detroit, and then they already signed to NXT, so they have the NXT TNA partnership. Why not have them in Detroit? So, we'll see what happens with that. And then the night after that, we got Halloween Havoc. We're from wherever that might be. I think it's in Tennessee. Something like that. So we got that. So we got a boatload of stuff in October. And as we turn to November, we got Crown Jewel. November the 2nd, I believe. In Saudi Arabia. Then we got Full Gear, I think a week after that. I think Full Gear is November the 9th or the 10th. I hope it's not the 9th, but it is what it is. If it was the 9th, I'm gonna be mad because I'm meeting Black Machismo. Oh yeah, Jay Leto's doing an indie show in the city, so I gotta go to that. That kind of sucks. I think it's the 9th or the 10th, or maybe it might be the 16th. So it's in one of those weeks. I think it's the 9th or the 16th that we got Full Gear, and then the Survivor Series 2 weeks after that, November the 30th from Vancouver. And then we end the year in December. We got NXT Deadline, the final show of the year for NXT, and then we got AEW World's End December at the end of December, right before the New Year's, and it should be good. Also, we got in October. I think it's October the 18th, I believe. Battle of the Belts 12. It's going to be on a Friday night with Collision. I believe Collision is going to be on a Friday night, and then Rampage. There will be no Rampage, I guess, because I think the next night there's some special or something like that. Well, it was a baseball playoff, so you got that. So. Gonna worry about TNT and TBS and all that other shit with basketball and hockey starting. So lots of preemptions for Rampage and for basically all three shows: Rampage, Collision, and Dynamite, because of the first round of the baseball playoffs, the wild card round, and then maybe the ALDS. So check your local listings for all the times for Dynamite. We do know October the 8th, they're going to be on a Tuesday night to go head-to-head with NXT and get destroyed. And then after that, it's going to be preemption month pretty much for AEW. So we got that. But once we get to November, not that many preemptions unless there's a Friday night game for hockey or basketball, which I thought was getting off TNT. It was going to NBC. I guess not. With certain games, maybe on the weekend games, like the big games of the week and shit. But we got that. Also in December the 14th, it was announced that Saturday night's main event's coming back. I got an itch in my foot, that's why I can't see my face. But Saturday night's main event, December the 14th, from the Nassau Mausoleum in Strong Island, New York. That should be interesting. Hopefully Roman's on the show. And then that's going head-to-head with Collision. So I think Collision's going to get bombarded again. Tony Khan just can't win. He can't win that ratings war. He cannot like he used to do before, but Hunter's just being smart, having the pay-per-views on Saturday. And Tony Khan just can't. What is he going to do with Collision? He's going to keep it at 8 o'clock. It's going, pretty much now, is going to, like the last hour of the pay-per-view is going head-to-head with the first hour of Collision, so. And we'll see what happens with that, so. It is what it is. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and until next time, if you're not down with all I just said for almost an hour and 42 minutes, well, I'm sorry, but I'm better than you, and you know it. Stay obsessed, stay jealous, and all you great people out there, stay sexy. All you ladies, please stay wet, because I'm going to stay hard for you all. For all you ladies out there, stay rock hard, and that's all I got to say about that. But until next time, if you're not down with that, I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. And that's it. I'll be back tomorrow, late tomorrow night with NXT, and then Friday afternoon, we're going to talk about TNA and Ring of Honor. Oh, sorry, Ring of Horror. And then get you ready for SmackDown. Should be a great show for SmackDown. Cody and Roman will be on the show. As we lead into Bad Blood. We're about 2 weeks away from Bad Blood. So, we got that. Lots of stuff coming your way. And that's that. So, until next time, my friends. Stay sexy. And I'm out of here. Finally. Peace! Bitches.